Hello, hello, hello everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Silhouette Spot for all things art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching creatives and crafters how to paint for fun and profit. Hello everyone. Welcome to November's Paint It Yourself tutorial. We are working on ornaments tonight. So when you hop on, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're painting with me. And I will get started. So I have, where is it? Okay. I have downloaded my tracers. So these tracers are for 4-inch ornaments. I have 3-inch ornaments. I'm sorry. But I did make another copy of 3-inch ones. Okay. And just to show you, this 50 pack, look at this. 50 pack of 3-inch ornaments at Michael's yesterday was $6.49. I'm gonna have to get my phone and see. Let's see. So that's let's do the math here. $12.99. Well, $6.49. Because the regular price is $12.99. $6.49 divided by 50. That's like 13 cents an ornament, you guys. Okay. How cute are these? They come with, if I could get them open here, however this thing opens. They come with the twine. Now, I like baker's twine on my ornaments. Some people like rope twine on their ornaments. But look, there's 50 ornaments and 50 hanging strands. How cool is that? If these 3-inch, they have the holes in them, and this is what we're going to be painting. I'm going to drop 3 down here. Okay? Look at that. $6.49, you guys. You can't beat it. And if you want, like I said, I like baker's twine on my ornaments, but you can use this, you can use ribbon, the curly ribbon, whatever you want, okay? Because they're so inexpensive. So let me put these aside for now, over here. Okay, then I want to show you something else. Look, Michael's had these ornaments, okay? They're cut out, but look at the beauty of these. They have this little tag on it that says removable back, because the back pops out. So you can paint this part and you can paint the background separate. It's not like you have to be painting the background in and out and between this deer here. And I think this was 99 cents. They're marked $1.99. I got 2 of them. And they too, I mean, they have this ribbon, but you could change it to the twine. You could change it to baker's string. You can change it to ribbon, whatever you want. This they use for the tag. I don't know if you want to use this as your hanging ornament. It's totally up to you. But anyway, but look how cute that is. And the back pops out. Love that. So you can paint them separate. I might paint these when I'm done. We shall see. Okay, so that is what I wanted to show you guys for now. Let me turn this on. When you pop on, say hi. And we will get started here. Oh, let me move this too. This is the box that these came in. I'm going to put them away. I tend to be a bit of a type A, so I'm going to put these back in here. I'll leave 3 of these out. I won't use the baker's twine. I'll use this twine. So I'll leave 1, 2, 3 of these out. I'll put the rest back, and I'll put this aside. Okay? So I have out my tracers. I have out my 3 wooden ornaments. I have this other ornament, and I had a little bit of a mishap. So this is a Dollar Tree ornament. It had something on it. I got most of it off. I tried to use it for something else. As you can see, major fail. So maybe I'll do this side tonight with one of our 4-inch ones. We'll see. Okay? Anyway, get rid of that. Let me turn you guys around. There we go. And let me change up my paperwork here with my tracers. Okay, the first thing I want to do, we're not going to get to our tracers yet. The first thing I want to do is grab whichever one, I think it's going to be this one. Grab whichever one you're going to put the nativity on, because the nativity is just a silhouette in black. The first thing we want to do is we want to paint the background of our nativity. Okay, so grab whichever ornament you want to paint the nativity on. I'm going to put out a little cobalt blue and a little white and a little gray. Sorry. I guess this one has had it. So toss that. Let me see if I can pull up comments here. Hey, Angie. You can't share me. Oh, I wonder if you can't share me because it's a group. You can't share out of the group. That's right. Oh, well. I can share me later, I think. Okay. Thank you anyway. Forgot about that. I'm trying to get comments and see me and do whatever. Isn't that cool? Look at these. I think they paid 99 cents for these yesterday because I had to run out and get these. I thought I had more of these, but I did not, and I needed to be ready for tonight. So get a different blue. So this one is cobalt, one is Persian. It's all good. All right, I need some white. And my nativity has palm trees. You can put them on or not. I have my graphite paper out here. I'm going to move these aside, and I'm going to get something, a pencil to trace with, and we will get started. So this is the top of my first ornament. This is the one I'm going to put my nativity on, this gray one, this 4-inch one. Okay, I have a few of my paint colors. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a little bit of this gray. I could take this off if I want. Which I think I'm going to do. And because this round ornament looks like an ornament, it's got the top to it. Let me take this off. The first thing I'm going to do, I just want to get a little gray paint and paint up in here. Make it look like the top of the ornament, okay? I'm even going to wash my brush. I'm going to come in here to my blue, and I'm just going to start base coating in the blue. I have 2 different blues here, so I'll just mix them in. And I want to, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm doing the entire background with this blue. I happen to have a little gray on my brush, and that's fine. It's totally fine. A-okay. Okay. Get a little bit darker up in here. This way, we're going to let this sit aside and dry, and we'll come back and we'll do our nativity on this one last. Okay. Now I'm just going to dip in the corner of my brush in some of this white, and I just want to start pulling in some white rays on a diagonal. Okay? And your white rays can be as blue or as white or as dark or as black as you want. And I'm just gently pulling in my white over my blue. And now we have a mixture there. You want to put them in on a diagonal. And I'm going to wash my brush a little bit. Oh, I need some paper towel. Excuse me. And then down here, I just want to have a little bit of gray for our background. Almost like there's hills in the background. Nothing too detailed because, like I said, this is just going to be a silhouette, and I'm just brushing on here a little gray because we want our nativity to stand out. And that's it. That is it for now. I'm just going to put that aside. Okay? It is very, very windy out, you guys. I see my signal has gone in and out. If you're watching and you've noticed that too, let me know. And if I will just keep going, I'm recording this at the same time, and then you guys will have it. So if you can't stay on here, if I'm going in and out, if it's become an issue, feel free to hop off and watch at your leisure. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put down a piece of graphite paper. I think I have to cut these out. I was hoping I didn't have to cut them out, but I think I do. And it's just a little quick cut. And I'm cutting out the 3-inch ones right now because that's what I have the most of because I got them for 13 cents a piece, you guys. I'll cut this one out too while I'm making all this racket. If you do a lot of lives or you watch a lot of lives, now you know why in the old days on the soaps and on TV shows, when somebody got a beautiful gift, they weren't unwrapping wrapping paper, because cutting and paper and any kind of paper noise is really, really loud on a video. So that's why they used to get those beautiful boxes. Let me get them like this. They would get those beautiful gifts and they'd be so nicely wrapped and they'd be like, and the top would just slip off because you couldn't be having going on. Not then, right? Okay. Anyway, I digress. So, let me get my carbon paper and I'm going to put my little snowman on here and make sure it's lined up. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to start tracing it in. With my snowman, is a little wonky, so I didn't even pay attention to where the hole was on my ornament. Okay, and now my hole is here and my snowman is kind of askew up there. If you want, when you do yours, pay attention to your hole, your nose will go right up, it's fine. Your ornament, your way. And now with my chapel, I do want to pay attention. So I have my hole right to the top. I'm going to put my chapel right there. I'm going to put my thumb, and I'm just going to slide this under. Okay? And we are going to now just trace in our little chapel. Now, I love painting ornaments, you guys. I paint a lot on the round ones. I have guides. I'll share the links with you if you want. I have 4 different ebook guides that are downloads where you get step-by-step instructions. You can just download, you follow the pictures, just follow the step-by-step instructions to paint your own ornaments. And I paint a lot of ornaments, especially, well, this time of year, of course. But I actually have it's a little bit of a challenge for me to paint small. But I do it. But it is a challenge for me nonetheless. So we are going to work on these simultaneously for a little bit because they both have basically the same background color. So I'm picking up my very favorite color of 21 and 22 so far, patina blue. And I'm just going to start base coating in. I want a little bit of white with it. I just picked up a little bit of white with the corner. And I'm just base coating in the background of my chapel. Okay? Now you can take, I'm going to only put the design on one side of my ornament. But if you wanted to, a very nice thing to do to finish your ornaments is to use your background color on the back of the ornament. These will make great gifts. I always liked, and those before Pinterest and the interweb and Facebook and all of that, I always liked giving personalized gifts. I got a little finger paint on there, to the bus drivers and the teachers. So I liked to give a little something personal, a little something made by the kids, whether it was an ornament or whatever. And then usually I would be very practical. So the next thing I would give with the personalized ornament or personalized gift would be a gift card. Because a gift card always fits, right, you guys? Gift card always fits. So I would like to give a little something, and the kids and I would work on ornaments. I had a whole collection of, for quite some time, I still have them, I should break them out and take some pictures, popsicle ornaments. Every year we did popsicle ornaments for the family. Okay, used patina. I have the backgrounds of both of mine done. I'm going to get out my greens. We're going to work on the snowman first. So I'm going to put out a little bit of this light green. And this is Hauser Light, and then I have Hauser Medium. But you can use any greens you want. These are like in the olive, khaki, army green family. These are deco art colors, but you use the colors you want to use. This is a little bit of spiced pumpkin. I love the spiced pumpkin, and because it's got like a deep kind of brownish tone to it. It's not like really bright. I love this bright pumpkin, this pure orange in folk art. But this is a little bright. For what I'm doing here, I wanted that little deeper tone. I'm going to get out a little bit of burnt umber. And some black. And really, when you're doing ornaments, guys, you don't need a lot of paint at all. So if you hopped on, say hi to me. Let me know if you're painting with me. You're showing up good. Okay, I'm showing up good. Good. Okay, and I have mine. So, I have my 3-inch ornaments here. I've base coated this one. This is a 4-inch ornament. This is going to be in the Nativity. I'm saving this one for last because we want our base coat to really, really dry on this one, so then we can go in and trace and do our Nativity silhouette after. So we did that one first. Okay, let me get out my little brush again. All right. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here because this is going to need 2 coats of white. So I want to paint his snowman face white first. Okay. Now, if I were painting this for myself and just painting away, I would do all my white first. There's something on here that's bugging me. So I would take my white while it's on my brush and wet, and I would do the white of the chapel. I don't want to confuse you guys or mess you guys up. You can paint any order that you want. But I'm just letting you know what I would do. So I painted that white, and now, oh, you know what I'm going to do too? I'm just going to give my nose a little bit of white background. My orange is a little bit, orange and reds are usually a little bit translucent. Okay, I'm rinsing my brush. And now I'm going to go into my light green. Now it's a tiny space, but I still want my brush marks to go this right way, to go the way of the curve. So I'm still using my brush. I'm still using it going the same way. I still want all my brush marks to be the same way. Let me get around this hole a little bit. So even though I have to fill it in at the beginning, after it's filled in, I like to pull all my brush strokes the same way. And now I'm going to just do this in here. And this one I'm just curving around to fill in. Look, it's coming to life already. Isn't that cute? I have this gray paint under here, you guys, for a couple of reasons. Protect my work surface, and so you can see a little better. Okay, now I want to pick up a little bit of this dark green, and I'm just going to start adding in a little bit of shading on some of the sides. And all I did, I picked up a little bit of this dark green on the corner of my brush, and I'm just tracing in and around where I already painted, and just adding a little bit of shadow in there, following the line, and there we go, just adding a little bit of shadow in there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the brim of the hat. Oh, where'd my dark go? There it is. Okay, so I have a little bit of shadow in there. and my green done. All right. Now I'm going to go back into my white because this wood dries really, really quick, you guys. And I'm going to just give another quick coat of the white, and it just brightens the whole thing right up. All right. Now I am going to have to switch brushes because now I'm going to go into my orange. I'm going to add in his nose. Look how cute that is already. Let me show you guys. Isn't that cute? So cute. Okay. I'm going to go into my burnt umber. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading to this side of his nose. Okay? And then if you know, sometimes our carrots have, since they're the root vegetable, a little bit of detail to them, which you really can't see, but I can. I'm going to pick up my brown. You could do your snowman details in black, or you can do them in brown. It's totally up to you. I'm going to do them in brown. So I'm going to put a little bit of one eye there, a little bit of another eye there, and then I'm just going to add in these dots for his smile. Usually I use the back of my brush for dots, but because he's a snowman and presumably they're pebbles and they're tiny, I just put them in with my brush. Okay, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to add a little bit of brown inside my green for a little bit more shading. Okay. Add a little bit of brown up here where the brim meets the rest of the hat, where we put in our dark green before. And now I'm just going to pick up, I'm going to use this liner brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of white, and when I do the snow on the hat, I'm dabbing it. We want to look like some snow has accumulated on the top of his hat. So if you were to be able to see my paint right now, it's a little thick and it's dabbed in. We want it to look like snow landed in there and just kind of like built up and accumulated on his hat. I'll pick it up and show it to you guys in a minute. So look how cute that is. And then if you want, you can go in and add snow, little tiny dots. I'm doing this with my liner brush, not too much pressure, only a little bit of pressure. And I'm adding these little tiny dots all around as if the snow was falling. And there we have our first ornament. Let's turn you guys around for a second. Isn't that cute? So cute. And like I said, paint, if you want to finish the back, you can paint the back with the same color as the background on the front. Okay. All right, now we're going to move on to our chapel. Let me just put this one up here. I'm going to move on to our chapel. So I already base coated the background. You guys were here for that. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to base coat the rest of my chapel white. It's going to need 2 coats. And I'm just using a little, this is a number 10, but you guys know the paintbrush world is a little finicky. What is a number 10 to Plaid is not a number 10 to DecoArt, is not a number 10 to Jerry's Artorama. So this brush is about, I don't know, it's not quite a ½ inch wide. But I think it's bigger than a quarter. So if you have a brush that's a ½ inch wide, it would be perfect for 3 and 4 inch round flat ornaments. Okay. So I have my whole church base coated in. Now I'm going to use the brown again, and this little tiny liner brush. Just pick up a little bit of brown paint. When you have your liner brush, you want to twirl it into your paint. So I'm giving a little twirl. It's nice to have a nice point on your brush. I often use this liner brush. This is my favorite, even though its hair is wonky, but once I start using it, it gets nice hair. It doesn't have bed head anymore. But for these little tiny things, I'm using this short, stiff liner brush because I like the way this one can make these little tiny lines. And now I'm basically going in and outlining over the pencil marks. So where we traced in our template onto our ornament, now I'm just going back in and adding in the paint lines for our chapel. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Now for your chapel, you can use gold paint, you can use yellow paint, you can do your windows whatever color you want. I'm gonna do like this little pale yellow here. I don't remember what I put on the list. It was a while ago. But it's totally up to you. Oh, my phone fell. That was weird. Good thing I didn't scream. That would have been scary. So I'm just taking my little liner brush and I'm going in here and I'm base coating in the windows. I'm going to do the door the same color too. Oh, it's so windy outside, and then my phone went crashing down. Okay. Oh, there's one more up here, which I forgot before. It's a little bit weird up here because now the top of my chapel goes into my hole. But that's what we have right now. Pam, hi, it's nice to see you. Don't fret, my pet. You're here, and the replay will be here for you, and it's all good. No worries. I am happy to see you. Okay? So I'm going to pick up a little bit more of this brown, and now I want to outline my window shapes. And again, I seem to bounce around, you guys, but there is a method. I like to have part dry and then move around to another part and then move around to another part. Paint dries really quick on these little tiny, like light wood, I guess they're Baltic or something, wood slices. So that's why ornaments are really so cool to paint too, because they dry so quickly. You can lay out a bunch of these all at once and just paint and paint and paint and paint. Okay. Put a little handle on there. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of detail now to my chapel. You can add detail to yours. You can leave yours. I'm adding in these little bit of brown stripes, giving it a little bit more character. If this is something you don't want to do, that's totally fine. You can leave your chapel alone. They're your ornaments. If you want to add these little lines, make it look like shiplap or siding, you can, but it is not mandatory. Art is never mandatory, right? We do what we feel. The only suggestion I would make is if you do the lines, what's on the two sides does not have to line up with what's on the door, okay? And the same, well, up here you could have them line up, but you don't really have to. So there's my chapel with my details. Like I said, and it's up to you if you want to put in all those lines and all those details or not. Totally up to you. Okay. We could go in and I'm picking up a little bit of the yellow that I used for the windows, and I'm almost dry brushing it on just to make a little bit more. I'll get some of the brown now, just to get a little bit more of our background interesting. And it's totally up to you. You can leave it the blue, you can go in and put the lines on it, whatever you want to do. You can come in here, and I'm just showing you guys options. And outline, which is a little hard on the round, but you can outline the whole entire ornament if you wanted to. Take a small liner brush and just totally follow the outside edge, and you can do this with brown or black of the ornament. It's fun to experiment, you guys, because you know what? If I got done with this and I looked at it, I was like, that's not good. I could paint back over the whole thing black and start all over again. But there you have it. There is our chapel. Yeah. It takes a little practice, Pam. Absolutely right. And that is okay. I did this one. This is the first one I did, and you can go back and watch the repeat. I did not outline the back of this one, and that is fine. But the snow I added here just adds enough little detail to that, so it doesn't even need the background. What I did suggest when I started out was, and you can't do it at the same time, I like to finish my ornaments by painting the back one of the colors from the front. Whether I did the back of this in the blue or the green, I don't know yet. It would probably, honestly, and don't tell anyone this, the choice of my background color would depend on which paint I had left over. One of them is going to match. It's on the front, it goes on the back, and that is probably how I would pick. Whichever paint I had laying over, and so they probably wouldn't even all have the same color background, because I'd be like, ooh, what's left? I probably would not do the back orange, honestly, since that's only nose, but I'm just letting you guys know my little secret. There's no styling rhyme or reason to what color I would paint the background of these. Shh, don't tell anybody. Of these ornaments. I know, you guys, I paint and whatever, but yeah, no. Anyway, okay. So let's move these guys up. And I'm going to cut out, because I'm using this Dollar Tree ornament that I messed up on a previous project. This is a 4-inch one, where my other, what do you call it? templates, tracers, were 3-inch. So I have to cut this one out now. Okay, there we have it. So, if you hopped on late, the first thing I did was base coat this with a very, very deep blue. It was a cobalt blue. Then I just dragged some white through it because I wanted it to be like the night sky. Okay. I'm going to get my liner brush with my yellow paint. Actually, you know what? I'm going to trace it first. And also I painted gray up here because this one has the knobby, where this one doesn't have like the hanger from the ornament. But every time, if I have a ornament that has this part on it, I'll paint it gray or silver to start out with. Okay, so it's easy. We can see the top. I'm going to take my nativity. I'm going to put it down there. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on this one because I have that part up there. I'm going to get my graphite paper. And my pencil, and I'm going to trace in. I don't know, can you guys hear my cat? At nighttime, she's getting old, and at nighttime she becomes quite the Mona. I don't really know why. She does it regardless of where I am. So, all right, so I'm just outlining our manger with our baby Jesus and our Mary and Joseph. And the beauty of this one is that it is a silhouette. So I'm going to stick with this little liner brush I have here again. And I have the whole thing traced on there now. I'm just going to pick up my black paint. Again, I'm going to give it a twirl because I want my point to be nice and neat. And I'm just going to, as easy as possible, paint over my lines. And again, they don't have to be perfect. Nothing about this has to be perfect. And I will tell you guys a little something too. And I said this to one of my in-person painters the other night. You are better off. Let me turn this around. Here I started, okay? If you're looking at your lines and you're like, ooh, a little uneven, that one's too thick, that one's not thick enough. If you start going back and forth and making one thicker and then the other side thicker and then the other side thicker, you're going to get into a vicious cycle, okay? So I want you to trace all the lines, fill in your nativity, and put it to rest and be like, okay, walk away. And then come back and see if there's anything that needs a tweak or an adjustment or whatever, because once you start adding, it gets a little harder to then fix it. So what you think you need to fix, you really don't need to fix, and you should just embrace the crooked line or embrace the fact that one is thicker than the other and just keep going. Okay? So let me get my brush out again. And with that being said, I'm just coming in here and pulling in my lines. All right. Now, so I like the fact that you can see that this is a nativity, but it is just the silhouette. So how pretty is that? These little brushes don't hold a lot of paint, obviously, because they're little tiny brushes. So I always have to be going back in for more paint. Ooh. This is more of abstract. Everyone knows what we're looking at here. And we just have the shapes of Mary and Joseph and the little baby Jesus. And look how pretty that is. So simple. What was this? 1, 2, 4 paint colors. You could do it in 3 if you wanted to. Do a bunch of these. Put arm in there. And then the staff comes down. I like to have a little bit of space between Joseph and the staff. If you don't have a little bit space, you can go back in and then add a little bit of the blue or the gray. But look how pretty that is. Simple little ornament. Simple little nativity of black silhouette from this tracer. Now my tracer has palm trees. You can or cannot add them. It's totally up to you if you want to add them. Your choice. She sounds, oh yeah, my kitty. And then I'm going to come in here. I have this yellow paint. You can use yellow, you can use gold. I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to add in the star. And it's basically a cross and an X. Oh, good. And this one's a little bit. This one's cute too. If you want to use the back of the brush for your snowman mouth, you can. But yeah, abstract is fine. It's good. It's all good. It's art. It's art. It can't be wrong, right? Oh, I say that all the time. I don't know. It's like weird in here tonight with all these noises. Okay. So anyway, there we have it. So the first thing I did, I painted the background of this one. The replay is here. If you're watching on the replay, let me know. Oh, that was scary. Hashtag replay. So we did the background of this one first. And then we went in and we painted these two. These two had the same color background, the patina. And then I painted the snowman face on that ornament and the little chapel on this ornament. Now these are 3-inch rounds. I got a pack of these, 50 of these for $6.49. They were on sale. Even so, the regular price is $12, $12.99, and you can get them with the 20% off. Even 50 for $12.99 is still a great deal. I'm wondering, let me try something, because sometimes you want a little bit more of a chunky ornament. I'm wondering how they would look if you were to line them up just so. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. That's totally fine. Look, this is 2 of them. Line up the hole perfect and glue them together, and you just have a little bit more of a substantial ornament than you have here. And for $6.49 for 50, that is totally doable and okay. This other 4-inch one I happen to have right here, this is the one of them I got at the Dollar Tree and then messed up on a different project. Sorry, you might have seen that. It's out there somewhere, don't worry. So, and then these I showed before. These are really cool. These I got for $1 yesterday. And what I like about these is, look, they come apart. And you can paint the back and the front separate, and when they dry, just put them back together. And you don't have to worry about, you're not painting around this cutout reindeer. How cool is that? Anyway, so here is our nativity. I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to my star. Here is our snowman, and here is our chapel. Thanks, everyone. If you have any questions, if you're watching on the replay, pop your questions or your comments in here. I will come back. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.